Hi everyone, my name is Nicole. Thank you for joining me here today on my channel. As I'm getting ready to set up February, I'm thinking about things that I might want in my February layout that I didn't have in my January. And one of those things is I'd like to track my menopause symptoms, my perimenopausal symptoms. I did sort of play with this a little bit in January of trying to use a monthly plot graph, and I just found it just looks too messy. So I think I'm going to try and do it on a weekly basis, and then maybe, like, so that'd mean I'd have like 4 or 5 for the month. I might want to maybe transfer them over to a monthly page where I've got all of those 4 or 5 trackers on the one monthly page, so that I can then look at them as a whole to see how it's gone over the month. So apart from it being rather muddled on the monthly plot graph, I did like the idea of plotting each symptom. So I wanted to look for a monthly plot graph, and in the P2P sticker books for this year, we have under the functional this tracker section, and we have these monthly plot graphs here. So if I pull over one of these, I want to have a key that's different to this one that's provided here. So maybe let's have a look at labels and go to the solid colours here. Is this one the rounded? Yeah. See how that would look. Yeah, that's fine. So I'll put this onto a full screen. Okay, let's take this into edit and just get rid of that bottom key. So now let's put a title in. And call it Peri-menopausal symptoms. What symptoms I'd like to track. Now I know I want to track my sleep. Sorry about the doggy, she's jumping up the window if you can hear her. You could track night sweats to go along with sleep, but I don't have an issue with that currently. But I want to track my migraine levels and also pain. My menstrual cycle. What else? Anything else? And I think I'll also do mood. Now, the way in which I'm going to do this, you've got the Monday to Sunday across the bottom, but along the side I have 1 to 10. You could do them as hours, like for sleep, but so that I can track all of these things together, I'm going to do them as a rating scale. So, for example, with sleep, I often find that it takes me a long time to get to sleep, but that I find that time quite beneficial if it's been really relaxed. So although I might not have had a big space of actual sleep, I have rested for quite a long period of time and might feel that it still rates quite high on a scale of 1 to 10. And the same with migraines. I suffer from constant migraine, So usually, even if I'm not having a full-blown migraine attack, I have still got some migraine symptoms and would rate that somewhere on a scale. And with the menstrual cycle, I find it quite useful if I was tracking. I think I'd find it quite useful to have, like, if I was just spotting, I could maybe rate that a 1. If I was having, I was on my period, but it was quite light, then I could rate that, like, say, a 5. But a heavy bleeding day would be like a 10. So yes, I plan on keeping track of all of these 5 things and for them all to be rated on a scale of 1 to 10. Right, so I need to pick 5 colours. I was thinking of doing the colours that go along with this kit, but there's only the 3 and those 2 are fairly similar. So I think I'll just pick a neutral colour scheme, like say this one here. Okay, so for the style, I'll pick a square that's symmetrical, with no shadow, turn off the corner radius. I don't need a border, but I do need a fill. And I'll put this off base and put it onto my sticker layer and lock the base. Okay. Right, so I want 5 of these to make that a little bit smaller. Copy and paste. I think I'll do 6 to make that even, and then that gives me another one for if I think of anything else. Lasso those 3. Select those 3. Select those 3. Go into selection, go down to align and click on, make sure that space evenly is on and click on align horizontally to the top. Select those 3 and select to the bottom. Select those 2 and align to the left. And these 2 align to the left. And lastly, these ones align to the left. Okay, so now I need to change the colour. So for my menstrual cycle, I'll call that period. Then I'll have mood, migraine, pain, and sleep. When it comes to marking them on, I get that colour scheme on my pen. And using my pen, I've got it at a 1.5. So then say Monday, say I'm on my period, but it's fairly light. And on a Tuesday I'm fairly heavy, a little bit lighter the next day. Same for the next, lighter for this day. And then for these last 2 days, I wasn't bleeding at all. And then I'll just take my pen, and if I go from one dot to the next and hold it, it does a nice straight line. like that. And so I swap my pen over to my mood. I can then do my mood and say my mood was something like this. It looks like this. And then you could look at it and sort of think, oh, my mood was quite low. Was that because I was on my period? And it goes up quite high. Is that because my period was coming towards an end? You might be able to make some sort of correlations between it. And then I'll just sort of quickly put the other lines in so that you can see what it might look like over the course of the week. Okay, so here's an example of what it might look like over the week. So you could make that smaller and pop that onto your weekly. So this could be used to track a multitude of different symptoms. You could use a different one of these if you just wanted to keep it to one symptom per tracker, or you could do a multitude of trackers of symptoms like I have. And then you can keep it on your daily, your weekly, or your monthly layout, wherever you think it fits best. I hope you've enjoyed today's video, and I hope to see you all again soon. Thanks. Bye-bye.